Welcome everyone. It's doing what it did last time when I was live with Demetrius. It didn't say it was live, but we were live. So I'm curious to know if we're actually live right now. Yeah, Ed says we're live. Okay, we are live. So welcome everybody to this episode. I don't know why it's not showing that this time. That's kind of strange, but anyway, we're glad you're here and we're excited to talk to you about a very happy topic. Be happy now. Okay, good. Thank you, Misty. Misty said, yes, we're live. Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's not showing on in the green room in the back end. There it is. Now it did. It just had a delay. So I'm happy that you guys are here and I'm happy that we're live. So as you can see, I have a new co-host today, guest host, co-host. Kathy is usually on every single one of our pep talks. She's on the opposite end of our pep talks, listening and chiming in. If you guys see me post, comments from New Path Productivity, that is Kathy Muzik, and she is actually on this side of the camera this time. So Kathy, welcome to Pep Talk.
Thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, and Kathy's done a couple of episodes with us in the past as well, so y'all be sure to check those out. And I'm going to go ahead and take that beautiful image off the screen so we can just check in and connect with you guys. So today's topic, be happy now, not when your to-do list is done. Because Kathy and I were just discussing the fact that, is the list ever done? All right. And what does it mean if it is done? What does that mean if your to-do list is done? So have you ever noticed yourself thinking, I'll feel better when my to-do list is done. I will, I'll do this when my to-do, I'll go take that trip when I get these things checked off. Hey, Carrie. So let me just pop over here and show you guys. Misty said yes. Thank you, Misty, for helping us realize we were live. And hey, Carrie. Hey. Misty and Carrie are both a part of our Productive Environment Institute team. So we're glad you're here. And whoever else is joining us, welcome to you as well. The list doesn't ever, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but the list really doesn't ever get done, right? Because we're going to continue to add things to it. That's just life. And if the list gets done and there's nothing else to add to it, then what does that mean, right? So Barbara collaborated on a book years ago with Maggie Bedrosian called Life is More Than Your To-Do List. So as much as Kathy and I are about getting things done, checking off the list, being productive, and Barbara and the whole Productive Environment team, as much as we are about that, we also are about enjoying our lives. So just a revisit of our tagline, and especially if you're new to us and you haven't heard this, our tagline is accomplish your work and enjoy your life. There are a lot of productivity gurus out there, and it's all about get more done, get stuff done, getting things done. And a lot of us think, well, if we just get more done, we can get more done. We can add more things to our list, right, Kathy? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we need to do the other half of that. And you sent me a quote this week that actually was like, that's the perfect thing for us to talk about. So I'm going to read the quote and then you say who the author is, okay? And what you know about them. So Kathy shared this with me. Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. I'm going to read it again. Now and then, good, thank you, Ed. It's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. I love that. Kathy, where did you find this and who said it?
It was probably 2 weeks ago. I was logging into my favorite meditation app called Insight Timer. And anytime I open the app, it starts with a quote for the day. And this was the quote for the day a couple of weeks ago. And it's from a early 20th century Polish-French writer. He wrote poetry and he was a playwright and a short story writer. His name is Guillaume Apollinaire. I looked him up after I saw the quote. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe that we get what we need in the moment that we need it, because this quote really hit me when I read it, and I thought, wow, that was exactly what I needed to hear today, because I'm no different than anyone else. My to-do list does nothing but get longer, and I'm always one of those, oh, I just want to get one more thing done kind of people. And you can just one more thing yourself through every day and every week and every year. So I think it just really hit me at how accurate it was.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are joining us new, I want to just welcome you here and let you know who we are very briefly. I am Andrea Anderson, CEO of Productive Environment Institute, and I am based in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. And I'm joined by my longtime colleague, over 10 years now, right? Kathy.
Yeah.
Kathy Muzik, founder of New Path Productivity, and she is based in, well, I'll let you say where you are, Kathy.
I'm in the suburbs north of Chicago, so I'm in Illinois.
There we go. We were just discussing the weather. We won't talk about it too much, but we're excited. And in fact, Mom, I'm going to put you on camera for a quick second, and Ed, so make sure you smile. We are excited that we all wore pink today. I think you're wearing pink, Mom. You got pink? Yep, Mom has pink. Yay! So we are feeling, and I've got my pink coffee cup. We are feeling some spring fever today. So we hope you guys are, and it's perfect for our topic. So I just had to show them. I know they love it when I put them on camera. So as I said, we help people get organized so they can accomplish their work and enjoy their lives. And Kathy, Barbara and I were talking about this the other day too, about it seems like a generational thing in that our age, I'm not saying our ages, but our age and up, which is a lot of our clients in our SOAR program, Systemize and Organize with Action and Reference. A lot of our clients are our age and up. And we got the memo on the accomplish your work part. Right? Think about us, our parents, our grandparents. We got the memo on the accomplish our work, but not so much the enjoy your life part, right? It's like do, work, and put things off until things are more done, right? But now the younger generation, they have it the opposite way. It's like they're more about like, you only live with YOLO. You only live once, right? Get out there and enjoy your life, which is fine. It's wonderful. But they're in many cases missing the beginning part, the accomplish your work part. I see so many videos and memes of these young people now. It's so funny talking about these young people. That they are shocked when they get like a real job, like a full-time job. They're shocked that like, how do people work 9 to 5? Now as an entrepreneur for 30 years, I actually can feel that too. Because we can set our own hours with what we do. But the point is, they're not, many of them, guys, if you're listening and you're younger, don't be offended. But many of them are more about just enjoy your life part, which, that's not good or bad. It's just, we need a balance. I think we need a balance, right? So accomplish your work and enjoy your life. So, Kathy, what are your thoughts on that? When the list keeps growing, adding one more thing, let me add this and then I want you to respond. Kathy is kind of famous in our world for doing her weekly reviews. So how many are you up to now and how long, Kathy?
Oh my goodness. I'm over 6 years consecutive every week for 6 years.
Wow.
Some version of it in some way over 6 years now.
A weekly review. She's reviewing what she did this past week and she's prepping and setting up for the future week. So I want to ask you, Kathy, have you ever done one of those hundreds of weekly reviews and finished your review for the last week and looked at your week coming up? Have you ever had one where you had absolutely no tasks to put on the coming week? Has that ever happened? Unless you were going on vacation. But in general, has that ever happened where you did not have anything to add to your list?
No. And honestly, I think once you're over about the age of 10, it's probably impossible to have nothing that needs to be done. So, I mean, even if you're on vacation, there's things you still need to do. You need to pack, you need to unpack, you need to, transportation. I mean, obviously that's a little more on the enjoyable side, but
Yeah.
no, there's never been a week where there's nothing to
Where
put
there's
on
nothing
to do.
Yeah. Is anybody out there that's listening? Have you ever had a week or a day where there was nothing to do? Now, maybe you felt bored, like you didn't have anything scheduled or you didn't have anywhere to go. But has there ever been anything where you just had nothing at all to do? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there are people, but for those of you that are working on getting organized and increasing your productivity, you are trying to get things done. Maybe you're getting organized to not leave your family with a mess, or you're getting organized to be more productive in your business. So are you also stopping to take time to do the fun things, to do the enjoy your life things? Kathy, you mentioned that you were talking with one of our clients, and she had expressed that she wanted to do something pleasant, wanted to do something enjoyable, but she wasn't going to do it until she had more of her work done. You want to share some of that conversation and what your response was?
Yeah, we were in one of the breakout rooms in the SOAR co-working time, and she was talking about, she was a little frustrated, and she said, she's got all these things, she's got all these projects going, and she said, and I never get to the pleasure reading that I want to do because these other things aren't completed yet.
Yeah.
And I said, your pleasure reading should not be the reward for completion of all these other things first. Otherwise, you're never going to get to the pleasure reading.
That's
so
right.
You need to make time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Those other things will still be there. And just like you mentioned balance earlier, you can't do all the pleasurable things all the time with none of the work. And you really can't do all the work all the time without the pleasure, because then there's nothing that rejuvenates you. There's nothing that refreshes you and gives you the energy and the mindset to keep going with that stuff. You need the break. We're not robots. You need that break and that time away from.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it hits especially when you're starting to get organized, especially when they come into our program and they're starting this process. It seems like there's so much work to do. I mean, and there is, and it's easy to just get sucked into just the work. And I have to share Amy's comment here, because Amy, I am with you on that. I always seem to have a coffee cup to clean. Me too. So we always have at least one task on our list. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22. And so I think it is important for us to stop. If you look at most of our content, it's about, how to be more productive, how to get organized, how to do this, how to do that, sort your papers, check process your email. All of that is true, and it's all important. And it all needs to be done, but not at the expense of enjoyment of life. So to have that balance. So Kathy, let me ask you, how do you balance it? What do you do in your life to balance between work and play?
I actually institute hours that are for work and then hours that are for the personal time and the pleasure enjoyment aspects. And I think because I work from home, it's so easy for those two things to blend. But there are some days where I spend more hours on work, but then I balance that out with other days where it's less so. So it's not an all or nothing.
Yeah.
And depending on the day, it can lean more toward one or the other, but there's always that counterbalance where the brain gets a little bit of a break. I'm doing something that I enjoy doing. I mean, we all know work comes with some of those things that maybe they're not our favorite thing to do. But in order for the better of our business or our family or whatever the circumstances are, that work needs to get done. But it doesn't need, I love the title of the book, that your life is not your to-do list. I mean, that really is the truth. I mean, that's the truth of it.
Yep. Life is more than your to-do list.
But we almost feel an identity with our to-do list. Almost like our to-do list is us, and that's so not true.
Right.
We are not our task.
Yeah. We are not. Yeah. Getting outside. I mean, with this, where we are, and I mean, in the US, if you're listening for the US, I mean, we're in springtime now. It's like, what, last week was the first day of spring, and the weather is finally changing. Although Kathy says she's got 70 degrees today and 40 expected tomorrow.
Yep.
But getting outside, getting in nature, especially if you are sitting at your desk a lot and you're filing papers and you're doing emails and stuff, build in getting outside. My best advice to everybody listening is to get a dog or two. And I've been giving Kathy that advice for 10 years and she still hasn't done it yet. But they make you go outside. So that is built into my schedule. So first thing in the morning, I'll go to the gym. They're so good. They wait. I come back. I take them for their walk on the beach. And then I come in and work. And I work and do my thing. And sometimes I do feel like I'm like, oh, work. If I get into a project and I go real deep into it, it's easy for me to let the time just go by while I'm doing that project. But they do force me. I have to walk them again that night. So they force me to get outside. So whatever you have to do, if you have a dog and you've got a fence and you just let your dog out, I encourage you to walk your dog. It's going to build your relationship with your dog. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make them feel better. But if you don't have a dog, it's okay. I want to read the back of this book. Just some powerful insights, so some information and insights to help you. And these are just some things that you can do right now or at the end of this call. Assess, how many of you have heard that before? Assess where you are now in 7 important areas of life. Okay. Enjoy simple sanities every day. I love that. What are some simple sanities, guys? Put them in the chat. What are some simple sanities for you? For Amy and I, simple sanity could be enjoying a cup of coffee, right? Enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning. Now, Kathy, you're a tea drinker. Am I right?
I am.
You're a hot tea drinker. Okay. Guys, what are your simple sanities? Share those with us in the chat. Okay. And then in this book, there are 3 strategies for vibrant living. Blend more purpose and play into each 24 hours. I love that. Blend more purpose and play into each 24 hours. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yes, we're going to have those project days where we go into our cave and we work. But the more we can build in just small little things to enjoy our life, the better. I want to hear from you guys. So those of y'all listen, I hope you're typing. Streamline your structure for more freedom. That's really good. Streamline your structure for more freedom. Okay. Oh, look who's watching. Demetrius and his mama. Hey, mama. His mama, Brenda. And I hope you have your book, Brenda. I autographed a book for her, The Sword of Success by Mastering the Art of Organizing Information to Finally Get Things Done. And this is co-authored by Barbara Hemphill. So Andrea Anderson and Barbara Hemphill. So I'm glad you guys are watching, Demetrius. And if you're able to, let us know what you do to build in. I think people just think you live 100% 24/7 in the gym. But what are some things that you do that would be considered enjoying your life part? Tell us. And everybody else watching. Okay, Nancy, thank you. Nancy says, read a novel. Okay. I don't remember the last time I read a novel. And thank you for that, Nancy, because I think I'm going to try to. Because for me, all these years, it feels like if I'm reading, I should be learning something. And so I need to take my own advice here today. If I'm reading, I need to be learning something or watching a video or something, right? And then Terry says, making time for the things that give me pleasure will give me more energy and incentive to be productive. Amen, Terry. Amen, Terry. Terry's also on our productive environment team as well. And Nancy is one of our awesome SOAR members. She's soaring. Yeah, making time for things that give me pleasure will give me more energy and incentive to be productive. So go to a movie in the middle of the day or in the middle of the week, go for a walk, go do something. And when you come back, I guarantee you'll have more brain energy, brain power to keep going. And Amy says, listening to good music. Yeah. Turn on some 80s. Who are my 80s music people out there? I love some good 80s music. Yeah. Turn on some good music. Again, we don't have to listen to a podcast. Now make sure you listen to this one. But other times, don't worry about a podcast. Just listen to some music and enjoy it. Yeah. And then Carrie says, any movement outside. And how do you say that?
Mahjong.
Mahjong. Okay, I don't do that, so I don't even know what that is. But mahjong. Any movement outside of mahjong. What is that, Kathy? What is Carrie doing that I don't know?
It's a game. It's a game.
Okay, gotcha. Good, Carrie. Carrie, now I have to say, Carrie, I need to brag on you for a minute. Carrie is really good at both accomplish your work and enjoy your life. Carrie is very good at enjoying her life. She's had some experiences in life that have led her to just embrace life and go out there and live her life. And Carrie, you are my idol because you know me. Because when she lived like a couple blocks away from me, she was like, "Hey, let's go do this, Liz. Let's go do that." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm working on a project." And she'd be the first one right out the door, enjoying her life. And she still is doing that down in Florida. So big kudos to you, Carrie. And you do get your work done too. She does accomplish her work. She's not just out there, just enjoying her life. Now, let me say this. I do enjoy what I do. So I am enjoying my life right now as we're doing this podcast. So there's that. All right. Yeah, that's good. All right. Demetrius says, being able to walk on the beach and spend time with my mom anytime I want to because of the environment that we've created. Exactly. He has built a business, honestly, based on Barbara Hempill's 5-step productive environment process that allows him to structure his day so that he can go pick his mom up and they can go spend time together. And if you guys are following him on Facebook, you see some of their fun that they have together while they're out and about. And it's really cute and sweet. And that is a way that he enjoys his life and he's helping his mom enjoy her life. Being able to just walk on the beach, being able to go watch a sunrise, catch the sunrise or catch the sunset, doing things like that. And now with Demetrius, people might think, oh, well, I couldn't go pick up my mom in the middle of the day because I have work to do. Well, he's already been up and already working, training people and coaching people at 5 a.m. So he's already had a whole half day of work before most people get up. So keep that in mind. But he structured it that way. That was very intentional. All right. Nancy says 60s. Okay. So I'm an 80s girl. Nancy's a 60s girl. Okay. Y'all had some good music too, Nancy. I'll give you that. And then Carrie, it's good for your brain. Yeah, it really, truly is. It really, truly is. And Dee said, you nailed it. Yep, that's exactly right. He built a very intentional schedule. Now, in the past, he built it so that he could you see his kids off to school in the morning. He built it intentionally to be able to, walk to school with his kids and be there in the afternoon. And then now it's not his kids, it's his mom because the kids are grown. So, but being very intentional about his schedule. And that's such a blessing for us, for those of us that are, have our own businesses and are able to do that. And many of our clients are retired. So maybe you couldn't do that for many years, but you can do that now. So that is awesome. And then we have Terry said, sitting in silence so I can listen to the breeze. Oh my gosh. Yes. Birds, wind chimes. I have chimes on my deck. Dogs barking, roosters cock-a-doodle-dooing. I love that, Terry. I have everything except for the rooster. I don't have a rooster in my neighborhood right now. I don't think. But yeah, like the birds chirping, the waves. I mean, I'm very close to the beach, so I can walk outside or open my door and I can hear the waves. I can hear the chimes on my deck. Dogs barking. Now, I do get a little irritated with the little, if I'm in a condo building that has other people that bring pets. Now, my dogs are perfect, but when other people bring, just kidding, when other people bring their pets and they bark, the little dogs, that yippee, I don't like that. But I just remind myself, you know what? They're on vacation, they're enjoying their lives, and it's okay. It's a small price to pay. All right. And then Amy says, prayer is a necessity. Yes. Necessity, feel good experience. Yes, absolutely. Building that into our schedule too. First, ideally. I know Barbara gets up and she has a prayer room. She has a prayer room in her house that is just for prayer. And she sits in a chair that she named after her mother. It's called the Doris chair. Yep. We know the Doris chair, don't we? So again, being intentional. So that's one thing I would encourage you guys to do. Think about if you're feeling stress and anxiety because you have so much to do. If you find yourself saying, I've got so much to do over and over and over, and I've been there, I encourage you to stop and take a breath and think of something you can do as simple as what Terry said. All of these things, in fact, all of these things, none of these said, go on a long vacation or go on a cruise and spend lots of money. I mean, those things are fine if that's what you've planned for and that's what you're doing. But all of the examples that have been given here have been either very inexpensive or free. Right, Kathy?
Yep.
Very inexpensive or free. So it doesn't have to be a big thing. In fact, it's better to sprinkle things throughout the day, throughout the week versus having some big thing, right?
I've actually been enjoying here. 2 mourning doves have built a nest in the window box across the other unit across from me. I watched them pick the spot. I watched them build the nest. And now there's been a bird sitting on that nest for probably 4 straight days. So I presume they're already sitting on a couple of eggs. So I'm looking forward to when they hatch. And then I'll get to observe the babies as they hatch.
That's awesome. And see, it's the little things. It's the little things. So I want to encourage all of you on here that are listening, whether you're live with us or you're watching the replay, think of something that you can do that maybe you've been putting off. Nancy, you've been working on you're like a star student in our SOAR program. You have been doing so many projects and you're just knocking things off your list. But I know that your list continues to grow. That means you're still living. I mean, we're not living if we don't have a list. So at least one thing, like Amy said, at least wash a coffee cup. But right. So Nancy, I'm gonna let you answer in the chat. Are you also doing things? Give us a few examples of things that you're doing and let us know, is it difficult for you to do those things? That to enjoy your life. I want you and all of our SOAR members and everybody that's on here to take a step back, take a breath. If you've been had your head down in a project, I'm speaking to myself too, for too long. And I want you to find something to do. Maybe this weekend, it's Easter weekend. So maybe you could get out and do something that you've been putting off, right? So I encourage you to do that. So here's something simple you can try today. I'm going to let Nancy type. Look at what you already did today. Okay. Work-wise. Let's think you probably work-wise. Look at what you already did today. Acknowledge it. Okay. Now, if you're on the West Coast, you're probably just getting up. Decide one thing that you're done thinking about today. Okay. Decide one thing that you're done. You're like, okay, that's off my list for today. I'm going to either enjoy the rest of my day or I'm going to switch gears to something else. So look at what you already did, acknowledge it, and then decide one thing that you're done thinking about today. If you've got something that's been, as Barbara would say, preying on your mind, if you've got something that's been preying on your mind, weighing you down, you can make a decision just to not to think about that anymore today, right? You don't need everything done. Let something be enough. Okay. And then Nancy said, yes, it is a challenge to break out, but we'll go to the coast to see mom this weekend. Good, Nancy. Good. It is a challenge to break out. It is a challenge to break out when you've got tasks and meetings and Zooms and people and trying to be productive. I want to, and Kathy, I'm going to see if you have anything else you want to add in. Yeah, I'll let you add anything else. What have you seen your clients do or yourself to help Or what do you recommend to your clients to help them get out and do the other half of our tagline for their lives?
Well, I'm really shooting for a mindset shift for them, that just because the full project is not complete, just because every task on their to-do list is not complete, does not mean that they haven't accomplished a lot.
Right.
And they need to celebrate each of those little individual steps and not save the enjoyment part as the reward for completing all the rest of it, or it will never happen.
Yeah. Yep. Excellent. And back to what you said earlier about the reading, the just reading for fun or just relax. What did you call it? What reading?
Pleasure reading.
Pleasure reading. That's right. You're talking about pleasure reading. Build that in. For those of us that are task list driven, build that into your list. So when we teach how to do a project, we have you develop a project in a little project area. That's the whole project can be there. Like all the things can be there. But the dailies, we ask or encourage you to only have 1, 2, max 3 things to do. That, like, if you went to bed that night, these top 3 things need to be done. And it may be 3 things from the same project, or it may be one thing from one project, one just one-off task, and one thing from another project. But don't overload your day with a bunch of stuff. But build into that day. Look at your day and say, okay, I have 3 tasks, 3 things I need to get done today. And I'm going to do the first thing here in this time slot. And then I'm going to do the second thing here in this time slot. And maybe you build in pleasure reading before the third one, not at the end, right? Maybe you build in, or you build in a walk. You do the first thing and then you go for a long walk and come back and do the second and third. It doesn't have to be the last thing. It doesn't have to be the last thing. That's what I'm going to leave y'all with. Any final thoughts, Kathy, as we wrap up?
No, I think it's been a great discussion and hopefully some good motivation for folks to keep, to not postpone that happiness time, that pleasure time.
That's right. That's a good new quote, because, Barbara says clutter is postponed decisions. Okay. Stress and anxiety can be postponed fun, postponed enjoyment, right? If you're feeling stress, thank you, Eds, for putting that up. Be happy now. If you're feeling stress and anxiety, please, at the end of this listening, at the end of you listening to this, go right now and do something that will give you joy, that will make you happy, that will make you smile, even for a few minutes. And then you can get back into the daily grind. But go do it. You'll be amazed at how you feel. Thank you guys for joining us. And please share this video with somebody else that needs to see it, needs to hear this message. If you have not yet done it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you guys there. And that way you won't miss an episode. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this video too. That's the other thing. If you like the video, then that tells the algorithms out there in cyberspace to show it to other people, so other people can benefit from this also. So please do that. We really appreciate it. We appreciate y'all being here, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys. And thank you, Kathy, newpathpro.com. Y'all check her out.
Thank you.